Hi, Desi.
Hey Adele, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. And hello to everyone who is joining us for this interview with the absolutely stunningly gorgeous today. I mean, always, but looking extra beautiful today.
In my PJs today, put it that way.
It is Desiree Mendoza that I have with me today. Desi, we've had a bit of a strange time working together. It's actually a lot different to what I'm used to doing. Now we actually had we had our consultation call on the 2nd of October last year. Wow. We started working together in November, and what's interesting to me about this is that within that period of time, our last session was on the 19th of July. Within that period of time, we had 5 sessions. Now, that is really unusual because, as many people would know, as you would know, I normally work with someone on a weekly or fortnightly or monthly basis, but we determined that your needs were a little bit different, and through circumstances, we had to extend some time as well. I actually want to ask, actually, what I'll ask, which is my very favourite question ever, as part of our wind-up, I asked you to watch that first call. Can you tell me your thoughts about the person that you saw on that video, that very first call that we had?
To start with, I hated watching it in a way because I actually saw a person that doesn't exist anymore. And I'm grateful to you and to the universe and everything else around me that that person is not there anymore. I was in a very sad, lonely place. In a very feel sorry for me kind of place, licking my own wounds.
Yeah.
But I'm not there anymore.
What's interesting about that, for me, Desi, is you say, you saw someone who's very sad, and in a really sad space. The interesting thing about that is that you were always very jovial and joking and laughing and giggly. But what you actually saw through all of that, and indeed what I saw through all of that, was someone in a great deal of pain.
Yeah.
And, you're much more serious these days, but there is an underlying, it's just a general peace about you now.
Yes, I very much feel at peace with myself and at peace with my past.
Yeah.
It's not there anymore. It's done. I'm definitely facing forward and I'm going forward. And I thank you for that. Yeah.
I appreciate that, and thank you. You had, I'm going to say, without going into detail, you had a lot of stuff to overcome from your past. A lot of stuff to do with, there's no delicate way to put it really, but abusive relationships with men.
Starting from my childhood.
I know. Yeah, it was, you really did have quite a lot to overcome. And the way you were able to do that, and it wasn't, I put my hands up, it wasn't just through the work with me. You did do work outside of our work together. But what you actually overcame, and to become who you are today, is quite phenomenal. And that jovial sort of facade that you had was hiding all of that pain.
Yeah.
And now there's no need to hide because the pain isn't really there anymore.
No. No, and there's no room for BS in my life anymore. I kind of see right through it from the word go, and I've got no time for that. I walk away. My self-worth is, it's so much. I see so much more in me now, and I would say everyone, if anything, anyone should do your work. Because we all deserve to feel worthy and actually see beyond what's in the mirror. We should be able to all get to know oneself first and heal, knock down the walls and rebuild. It is possible. It's not easy. It can be quite painful, but through all that, what comes out is just beautiful things. And we are all beautiful beings. It's just a matter of wanting to see outside the square we live in.
Absolutely. That was so beautifully said. Absolutely perfectly said. Desi, what do you actually, I mean, I've told you what I see as a big difference in you, but living your everyday daily life, what is the main differences that you see in yourself now compared to the person that you were back in November?
There's so much, and it's very broad, but probably I will say, as I said before, I've always thought that I was psychic, and I've always known that I'm psychic, but now it's beyond that.
I know, it's so exciting.
I see right through, and I'm a single woman, and when you have yourself to contend with, and you're happy with yourself, and you know who you are and what you are, and you know that the universe is there supporting you, you don't tend to waste time with anything and anyone that doesn't match your vibration. We are all incredible, magnificent, shining beings, capable of so much more. And definitely, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the healing path. I'm grateful to you. And I'm grateful for all my experiences in the past with friendships, relationships with the opposite sex. I'm grateful to all that because you guys were the platform, and I've come on top.
I love hearing you say that, Desi, because as you said, you're a single woman. One of the most significant things I think that we came to, and I think it was in session 3, was not just your relationships, but I feel a bit funny even now when I think about it, but your attitude towards men. And you've got that little smile on your face. I think you're remembering the session I'm talking about. And when that was turned around, first of all, it was quite shocking for you to realise.
Yeah, it is, because due to all my experiences, I used to tend to look at only the bad. And again, many times when we look at things negative or positive, it really is us. I'm not saying that I was the type of person that my father was, or my brothers were, or my uncles were, or the men that I married, or the men I was in relationship with. No, I wasn't that. But you tend to paint everyone with the same brush, and subconsciously you are very bitter, very lonely, very resentful, and you're incapable of seeing the beauty and the goodness in everyone else.
Yeah. And wow. Yeah.
I have to tell you, every single man that surrounds me, and this starts from my father to my children, to my brothers, to my colleagues, I can see the beauty in them. I was just talking to a colleague. I'm actually at the Crown right now having breakfast, but I have incredible men surrounding me, and they're wonderful husbands, they're wonderful human beings. And it's just a different thing. It's a totally different scenario, totally different wavelength. But I owe that to your work. And
Desi, and you know what? I'm going to take that one because it was that turning point, that session, and I think you remember the one I'm talking about. And as as you're talking now, as you
had balls that day, Adele. You had balls.
I know.
Anyone else, I would have hanged up and I would have gone say, yeah, but yeah. The universe knows who it uses. The universe knows who is going to be the vessel to bring the message, and you were it. Reality checks, yeah. Sometimes it can be very bold, yeah.
But what I was going to say then, Desi, is that the way that you then spoke about the men in your life and you translated it from men to people, is I was covered in goosebumps head to toe, because it's one of the most beautiful things that you can ever do, is to look at a person for who they are, not for their gender or their role or whatever else. And for you to be able to have achieved that, given all of the experiences that you have had, and to look at people in a completely different light now is, look what my hands are doing. It is a blessing. It is truly a blessing. And it's going to hold you in such good stead moving forward. And it already has, I'm aware.
Oh, yeah, moving forward. I am me. And, yeah, Desiree is moving forward. Desiree as the mother is moving forward. Desiree as Desiree is moving forward. And I welcome whatever comes my way, as long as it's worthy to be in my life.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it stays in my life. If not, I've got no time.
Desi, I'm just beyond happy. This is a very, very wise woman sitting in front of me today.
I love you, and I only wish that I could hug you. And who knows, in the next 6 months, I may be coming to a conference in Sydney, and if I do come, I'll be calling you, and I'll give you that hug that I want to hug.
Make sure you let me know.
Yes, I will.
Yay. Desi, I want to say that I was going to ask you what's the most significant thing that makes you happy now, but what I'd actually like, yeah, I know, right?
Me.
Yay! Look, oh yay! Desi, what you said in our wind-up call, which I think will stick with me forever and ever and ever and a day. I'm not a victim anymore. I'm blind and I'm awake.
I am.
It is beautiful. My God, it's so beautiful.
And we can all be that. Aligned and awake. Because the same light that goes through me goes through you and everyone else.
And you know what? Honestly, if you think about it, given the amount of time that we worked together over that period of time, you were really ready for this. And I know that you had been doing work in other areas as well. I do know that our sessions together were very significant, though, in helping guide you to where you go next. It was like our sessions were kind of opening doors for you. Does that sound about right? It was sort of like, where to go next, and we'd clear something and stuff would then just come through.
Flow, yeah.
Yeah.
Flow. But hence you did the program with me slightly different, because I was already evolving. I had already working, but you were just the cherry on the pie.
I was the one with the balls that had to be bold and say things that no one else would say.
God damn you, woman. Yes, you were. Yeah. But I thank you for that.
Well, yeah. I'm not going to say it's my pleasure to have to say those things, but it is my pleasure that these are the results that you've experienced because of that. I see the brilliance in you so clearly, and it's got nothing to do with the beautiful hair and makeup you've got on today. It's everything to do with what I feel coming from within you. And there is a sincerity about you now that is so solid and warm. And that wasn't there in the beginning. You hiding behind this happy little girl facade, and there was no real sincerity there. And now there is this solid, beautiful, warm sincerity that just radiates out of you. Congratulations on everything that you've achieved.
Thank you. Thank you.
Desi, I actually want to thank you because I know that the way that we worked together was a little bit unusual, and I know that there were some very difficult things that you had to face. We started off with basics and we got to the hardcore stuff pretty bloody quickly. And you have managed yourself absolutely beautifully. And in between our calls, there were extended periods of time, and every time we came back together, there were significant changes in you, and that's down to all the work that you put in between. So congratulations for that.
Thank you. I would like to say for people that are considering embarking on the healing path, remember we are not beings that we shouldn't be ruled by fear, and we have to sometimes be bold, like Adele was with me, and we have to be bold with oneself. Yes, there may be scary areas, shadowy areas, but beyond that, if you go through that and holding on to it, what comes after that it's amazing. And do the work. Don't procrastinate. Life's too short.
Beautifully said. Again, Desi, beautifully said. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview. And
I love you.
I love you too, sweetheart. And it just fills my heart with so much joy to see you feeling as well as you do now. It's beautiful for me.
Thank you.
Congratulations, and thank you so very much.
Thank you. Love you.
I love you too. Bye. Thank you, everyone.